Hi guys, yes, I did a video a few months ago based on my issues that I had with my vintage TIE fighter that came with Hasbro and everything. And as you notice, I had an issue with the solar panels here not going back in. And it's literally to do with these parts that you can see in here. They're very sharp. Where you got the spring and inside you can see that lever there. Yeah, basically this one on this side came clean off, and it was loose within the solar panel, and basically I had to basically take it apart and reconnect it with super glue and basically put it back in, and it worked. The other side was refused to go on, but it was about to come off. I was able to fix that as well. Somebody has made a point basically about covering this, about how to basically open up and fix this problem. Now, I know that Hasbro had decided basically to sort this issue out by taking them back, but because I purchased mine on eBay, I wasn't able to do that, so there was no real return, so I didn't really want to get into the fuss of them taking it back and then fixing the problem. I assume they probably used a higher impact plastic that was able to sort the problem out and everything would be fine. So here is just a brief video just showing you how to basically undo the this part of it to fix it and repair it, because there's been a lot of issues with these and a lot of them had to be taken back. And it's simple. So if you look very carefully here, you've got 4 Phillips screwdrivers. You've got 4 Phillips screws, sorry. They're Phillips, as you can see. Yeah, they're Phillips ones. Yeah. So you just simply need a Phillips screwdriver, one of these, yeah, and you'll be able to simply open it up, and then you'll actually be able to see the mechanism, which I'm going to do in a moment, right? Because I'm going to try and see if I can open it up. It's not very easy with one hand because you have to sort of click everything in place. But when I do that, I want to show you how it's all set up and how to fix it, basically. So just bear with me a moment, and I will basically have it open, and then you'll see what I mean. But you need a Phillips, obviously, to open up the screws. So just bear with me a moment. Hello there. Right, now I've literally opened it up, and you can see the screws are just literally here, that I've basically taken them off. They're all here, 4 of them. Try not to lose them because they are small. It can be annoying to lose them and everything. And as you can see, it opens up into this there. So this part here was originally here, like this, and you literally pop it up. Yeah, it usually should just pop up. You can see all the indentations where it should all properly be and everything. Yes, and you can see where the mechanism is. Now, if you look very carefully, you can see how it's all set up, how the mechanism is set up and put into place. It has to be where it is right there. So if you look carefully, you see where this part is here. Yeah, and then what you can do, you can raise, I'll basically do this side because this was the one I had the most biggest problem with. Raise this bit up here, and you can see inside what it has, which is that you can see the lever. Now I'm going to take this bit off to show a bit more. It should just easily slide out, and this was the culprit here. Now if you look carefully, right at the very tip, you can see where I fixed it. I'll try and get it into focus, but you can see a little indentation of where I actually had to super glue it back on. You see, that whole bit came clean off from there, right on that bit, right level to where that other bit is sticking out. That whole bit came off, and it was loose inside of the solar panel itself. And it happened again after I accidentally kicked it by accident, and then it came off again. One of the reasons why I should probably have it hanging up. But that is where the culprit was. They just simply was not made properly. Yeah, now the older versions, because I have an older one here, don't get that problem at all. They're strong, sturdy. They just don't make them as they used to, and this is why. And, you know, it was a bit annoying after paying. I paid 60 quid for it on in eBay, and you had to deal with all this. But fortunately, it was a lot easier to do than what I thought it would be. You see? The same for the other side. Same principle for the other side. But you have to get it level because you want to make sure that you can still press it down when you actually put things in. So this is basically the culprit. Just this bit here, this little triangular tip here with the part sticking out, that whole bit came clean off. And I had to stick it twice, unfortunately, with super glue. Now, there's a guy that's online that's really good called Toy Poloi, and he shows you, in some cases, the best option is probably to put a bit of metal in the middle of it with, like, a Dremel. You can get one of those Dremel that's very, very fine drills. They're a bit expensive, but they're really good, and you can put a little bit of metal between, drill a hole on this side of the tip here, and on the bottom side, and then drill a nice hole right in the middle, small enough obviously, and then you can put a little metal stick in the middle and then glue it on. That will basically give it a better basically support in most cases, better support to basically get all that put together, and it will keep it properly in place, which is something I didn't do. I just simply stuck it with super glue and seemed to do the job, so I look after it that way. But anyway, that's basically what the job is, and that's how it's done. And then you just simply have to support it back by simply just putting it back in where it should be. So as you can see, this part here in the middle is where the connection goes in. So you have to have the connection in like so. Sorry, the other way around. Let me get that right. Not easy with one hand. Get it in one hand so it matches that one, but on the opposite side. You see, and you see where this one sits as well, where it sits, and then basically you just simply put it in like so, and that is it basically. But you have to make sure that this part here is on those standing bits here. Make sure that they're standing on that part here. Yeah, see? And then basically be careful with this glass bit because it will also come out. Yeah, if you don't, if you're not too careful. But I mean, you can simply put that back. It's quite an easy piece, and you can see all the holes where all these parts basically will go in. And that's how it's done, really, quite simply. That you can take it. It's very, very easy to do. It's not difficult to do, as if you cannot get a return back. Otherwise, if you're not too sure and you're still not too sure, it's better to get a return. So I'm just going to quickly put this all together again and just make sure that it's all working properly. I'll be back soon. Right, welcome back. Okay, I basically put it back all together again. The screws are in place. Put everything back into place and all this, and then we can finally test it to see that it's fully working. So all you got to do is just literally, if it comes back out again, then you know that there's obviously a problem. So this is why. So it's not easy with, as I said, not easy to do this with one hand, but anyway, let's see what we can do here. It should click in like that perfectly and stays in and everything. And by pressing it and releasing it, it should just simply come off like that. And you should be able to see that part in there still perfect and everything like that. Yeah, just also check to make sure that the springs are in where they should be. So where that indentation is, the springs must be fully in so they don't slip out and everything. And that's basically how it is. It's as simple as that. So I'll just quickly assemble this very quickly, and then you'll see it as it was when I started. And here we are. Okay, so it's all simply back in, everything in place, yeah, and looking good. So there you have it. Okay, it's as simple as that. Yeah, as I said, some people can take them back, but otherwise, if they've got problems, you can easily do it yourself. And as I said before, the old versions, they're perfect. You don't seem to get this problem with the old ones. It's always with the new ones. The only thing with this new one is just such quality because of the way it looks, and it's more accurate. Because as you've seen in the footage, you can see with the TIE Fighter pilot, you've got the actual yoke as well. So you've actually got the actual pilot. You've actually got the proper TIE Fighter controls in there, if they can see it clearly. You've got the proper TIE Fighter controls in there, which is what I really like. So, where the older ones didn't have that, you could probably make it yourself and everything. I mean, so that should be pretty nifty. But anyway, it's superb, and that's it. I think it's one of the best ships, one of the most iconic ships going, and I just absolutely love these big TIE Fighters with the big solar panels and everything. And these ones are pretty nifty as well, because when you lift them up, the wings don't necessarily bend off on either side like as how the older ones do. They actually try and stay in a certain style, so I can't find fault with it. So there's the video basically, and if you've got any other questions, just let me know. Just check this out, and stay tuned for more films. See you later. Bye.